What's up? We got Arrow, Season 5, Episode 6, So It Begins. So this episode starts off with Green Arrow and Spartan going to track down a lead to where Prometheus is. And all they find is in letters that says, So It Begins. So, what? Actually, this episode's called It Begins. But I'm going to call it So It Begins because that's the thing. So yeah, so Oliver's like, he goes like, hey, maybe we should tell the team about that. But he's like, yeah, the recruits should know about this because they wouldn't know how to take it. So then we see Oliver having a interview that we have no idea what they're talking about with Susan Williams. Basically, we don't even hear what they're talking about because first we see the interview, then as they're talking, it's just Quentin and Thea talking, and then the interview's over. Thanks, guys. I guess the interview was too boring for the writers to actually have us hear what they were talking about, because as soon as they're done, as soon as Quentin and Thea are done talking, the thing is done talking too. And then Thea continues at Quentin about how if he's still drinking, and then Quentin's like, yeah, I've told you the same thing the 50 times you've asked. So yeah, what was up with that? What was up with that interview? It could have been taken out of the episode, and we wouldn't, because didn't you put it where we just had Oliver talking to Susan over dialogue without no dialogue, it's just taped over of Thea and Quentin talking. That doesn't make any sense. So then we see, so the Prometheus busts into the home of a lady and basically kills her. And they learn this person is named Gaze, Gacy's, I think her name is. That's what they call her, I think. And yeah. So let me see. Let me see Prometheus kill more people and do what they're calling Prometheus the throwing star killer. And I was like, the throwing star killer? Really? That's the best name you could come up with? And he's like, I thought the throwing star killer has a nice ring to it. And he's like, yeah. So, yeah, but then they found out, so the team suits up, and they find out what Prometheus is doing, and they're like, really, you kept this from us? And he's like, yeah, we find out what Prometheus is doing. He's targeting the list. And he's like, and Renee's like, what's the list? And Oliver basically has to unpack to his new recruits his season one killing device, and they're basically like, they have they are speechless. They're like, wait a minute, this is what you use? It basically explains to him that this is what his father told him to use, and Renee's like, I know all these people, politicians, councilmen, and he's like, yeah, and Renee, and Evelyn's kind of a terrible character now, because she's basically like, Oliver, I blamed you for her. She blamed him for his parents' death, but this, she can't even think. Oh, sorry about that. And he's like, hey, are you gonna still be on the field? And she's like, yeah, but I'm doing it to save the city. I'm doing it for myself, not for you. Yeah, I don't know. Can I agree with Evelyn? I have no idea. I know what she's doing. The new recruits just found out about Prometheus. And Prometheus is using Oliver's season 1 killing device, killing list as his way. And now that the new team finally knows about it, it's kind of confusing. But yeah, so everyone's like, and Felicity's like, Evelyn, do you want to talk about it? And she's like, yeah, no. And she's like, you have no idea how many lies Oliver sprung on her. And she's like, over what? I told you, I don't want to talk about it. So then Prometheus shows up, and they're like, Evelyn's in danger. Yeah, so Oliver busts in. Prometheus and Evelyn have it out, but then Oliver's able to stop Prometheus from hurting Evelyn, and Evelyn just escapes. So back with Quentin and Thea, so Thea's now caring about Quentin's well-being, basically, like, we're basically taking you to an AA meeting now that we know that you're drinking again. And he's like, do you think it would be bad publicity for the deputy mayor to be caught at an AA meeting? How do you think Oliver would have to deal with that? Have to tame the fire on that? So Oliver saves her, but then Oliver saves Evelyn, but then what happens is that Oliver takes them all out for like a concert, and she's like, yeah. So Felicity finally tells her boyfriend Billy Malone that she's working with the Green Arrow, and she's first like, he's like, Felicity, you're a criminal, but at least you're doing it for the right reasons. I didn't think that would be the reaction he would have. I think he'd be like, Felicity, you're really working with the Green Arrow? Really? You? But now he's like, you're working with the Green Arrow, but you're doing it for the right reasons. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. So then we see the team, So then Felicity's like, Oliver, we know how Prometheus now had all of CCP lockup. And then we see Quentin holding a throwing star killer throwing star. And now we're meant to believe, wait, Quentin is Prometheus now? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us say, maybe Quentin's Prometheus. Because how could he be the... Because they're making you say Quentin would be the only one to be accessed to CCP lockup. So how could Quentin not be Prometheus? But I'm like, no, they could not just build Quentin. Okay, I guess he has a drinking problem, but that doesn't mean that he's killing people. That doesn't mean that he would go... He knows about Oliver's team. He knows about Evelyn. Why would he randomly go and attack her during that subway station? I don't get this. What is up with this show? Now they're trying to make us believe, Quentin just randomly decided one day to become a vigilante. You cannot trick me, show. Quentin is not Prometheus. So Prometheus must have planted that throwing star in his place. Because why would Quentin wakes up and holds it like, what? So that was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it. I'm just saying I just gotta say, the whole Quentin ending ruins it for me. For a big fan of Quentin, I just can't not believe that they would go down and do my man dirty like that. Like, make him Prometheus. What is wrong with you? You're trying to make your season... So far, I think Arrow Season 5 is great. This episode is way better than Season 4's episode. Because Season 4's episode, this is where the show turned bad. But now, I think I'm really enjoying Season 5. Even though the ending of Quentin kind of ruins it for me, because I'm like, why would my boy Quentin be Prometheus, it's still a good episode. But anyway, that was it for this video, and I'll see you next time for more Arrow Season 5.